The concept of the 5D wave is not merely a theoretical construct, but an ongoing, profound cosmic shift that is actively reshaping the consciousness of humanity. This wave, which has been building silently over time, is a force of transformation that promises to revolutionize our relationship with reality itself. It's as if the universe is guiding us into a new realm where the limitations of time, space, and ego are no longer the defining factors of existence. This wave is often likened to a tidal wave, a powerful surge of energy that draws all of us towards an unimaginable state of being, one that transcends the known, challenging everything we have understood about life, existence, and even the very nature of the self. As this 5D wave intensifies, it becomes clear that it's not just about a physical shift, but a deeply spiritual and consciousness-altering phenomenon. It beckons humanity to awaken from its slumber, urging us to remember who we truly are beyond the roles, identities, and conditioned patterns we've adopted in the 3D world. The shift to 5D is an invitation to step into a new era of spiritual growth, where the veil of separation begins to dissolve, and a deeper understanding of our interconnectedness with all of creation takes root. If you are also accepting this transformation, feel this unique energy of the universe within you by giving your approval in the comments box. We have divided this topic into 3 parts, so make sure to watch until the final part to understand the true energy. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our spiritual YouTube channel and like the video so that we continue to receive your motivation. Now let's get started. At the heart of 5D consciousness lies an elevated sense of alignment and harmony with the universe. In this state, life is no longer about survival, struggle, or competition. Instead, it is about cooperation, inner peace, and living in resonance with the natural flow of the cosmos. There is a profound sense of unity, not just with nature or the environment, but with all beings, seen and unseen. This interconnectedness fosters a deep empathy and compassion that transcends ego-based desires and limitations. In a 5D state, intuition is no longer a fleeting whisper. It becomes a powerful, guiding force. It's as if an internal compass is activated within every individual, one that points toward their true path. There is a clarity and knowing that arises spontaneously, enabling people to make decisions with ease, trust, and confidence. The boundaries of the 3D world, defined by rigid structures, labels, and societal expectations, begin to soften, making way for a new way of being that feels natural and authentic. Living in 5D means shedding the layers of conditioning that have kept us trapped in outdated paradigms. It's a state where every thought, word, and action aligns with a higher sense of purpose and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. As a result, people living in 5D are not driven by fear, scarcity, or judgment, but by love, unity, and the desire to create positive change in the world. One of the most striking characteristics of the 5D wave is its ability to elevate our vibrational frequency. This shift is akin to tuning a musical instrument to its most harmonious note, bringing all of our aspects, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, into greater resonance with the higher frequencies of the universe. As we attune to these higher frequencies, we begin to experience life through a lens of greater clarity, insight, and understanding. In the 5D frequency, we are no longer bound by the limitations of linear time or by the heavy, dense energies of fear and division. Instead, we experience a natural flow, an ease in the way we move through life. Situations that once felt difficult or insurmountable begin to resolve themselves with grace and synchronicity, as if we are being gently carried along by a divine current. Our relationships become more authentic, with a deep sense of mutual respect and shared purpose, and we begin to attract experiences that match our higher frequency. This vibrational shift also amplifies our ability to perceive and feel the subtle energies around us, whether they are emotional, mental, or spiritual. We develop a heightened sensitivity to the interconnectedness of all things, allowing us to experience life not as isolated individuals, but as part of a vast, dynamic, and intelligent web of existence. This deepened awareness brings a sense of awe and reverence for life itself, as we realize that we are all co-creators in the unfolding of the universe. As the 5D wave continues to grow in intensity, it becomes increasingly clear that it is not just an abstract concept, but a living, breathing shift that is unfolding in real time. Those who are open to the experience are being guided into this new way of being, one that transcends the old, outdated systems of the 3D world. This is not a shift that happens overnight. It is a gradual, ongoing process of awakening, healing, and transformation. It is an invitation to release fear, doubt, and the illusion of separation, and to embrace the truth of our oneness with all of life. This cosmic shift offers us the opportunity to break free from the constraints of the past and create a new reality, one that is based on love, compassion, and mutual respect. In the 5D world, we move away from divisive ideologies and power struggles, instead embracing collaboration, unity, and shared growth. We no longer view ourselves as separate entities, but as integral parts of a larger living organism, with each individual playing a vital role in the collective evolution of humanity. To live in 5D is to experience life in its most expansive and transformative form. It is to see the world not through the lens of limitation, but through the eyes of possibility. It is to know that we are not defined by our circumstances or our past, but by our capacity to grow, evolve, and create new realities. As we embrace the energy of this final 5D wave, we move closer to the ultimate truth, that we are all infinite beings, united in purpose and love, on a shared journey of spiritual awakening and growth. This is the dawn of a new age, a time when humanity's consciousness shifts towards the highest potential of what it means to be human. The final 5D wave is not just a cosmic event. It is the fulfillment of a long-awaited prophecy, the awakening of humanity to its true, divine nature. And as we ride this wave, we step into a world where love reigns, unity is the foundation, and spiritual consciousness is the guiding force for all of creation. The 5D wave is more than just a shift in perception. It is a profound transformation of consciousness that acts as a radiant light, casting away the shadows that have long obscured the richness of life. Just as the rising sun gradually dispels the darkness of night, this wave of energy brings clarity and insight, illuminating realms of existence that were once hidden from our view. For many, this shift feels like the sudden lifting of a veil, revealing not only a new way of seeing the world, but a deeper understanding of the forces that govern it. It is a profound realization that what we once thought was reality is merely one layer of an infinite spectrum of possibilities. The beauty of this illumination lies in its ability to bring awareness to the subtleties and intricacies of life that previously went unnoticed. Through this expanded lens, we begin to perceive the interconnectedness of all things, the way the threads of our individual lives weave into the greater tapestry of the universe. patterns emerge, connections become clear, and a sense of purpose flows into our awareness like a river that had been dammed for too long. The deeper insight offered by this shift doesn't just help us understand the world, but it allows us to navigate it with a sense of ease and harmony that was previously out of reach. The final wave of the 5D transition is not just another phase in human history. It represents the completion of a long-awaited and monumental shift in collective consciousness. Over centuries, humanity has undergone a gradual evolution, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually. But this wave signifies the moment when all the incremental changes come together to usher in a new paradigm of existence. It is as though the pieces of a puzzle, scattered throughout time, have finally clicked into place, allowing us to see the bigger picture. This wave represents a turning point, not only for individual growth, but for the collective advancement of human consciousness. The higher frequency of 5D consciousness allows us to perceive deeper layers of truth, to understand the subtle interplay of energies that have always shaped our reality, but were hidden from our ordinary awareness. In this elevated state, we are no longer confined to the linear material understanding of life. Instead, we begin to sense the eternal rhythms that govern the universe, timeless, boundless, and ever-flowing. With this newfound clarity, we move beyond dualistic thinking, beyond the concepts of good and bad, right and wrong, us versus them, and embrace a holistic view of existence. We see the divine in all things, in every moment, in every interaction. This is the shift that allows us to access the wisdom of the ages and the clarity to discern the path forward, both as individuals and as a collective. One of the most profound aspects of the 5D consciousness shift is the transformation in how we relate to life's challenges. Under the influence of a 3D mindset, obstacles can feel like insurmountable blocks that stand between us and our desires, causing frustration and fear. In the 5D experience, however, challenges are no longer perceived as obstacles but as catalysts for growth, integral parts of a larger narrative that propel us toward greater evolution. In 5D consciousness, we begin to see that every difficulty is an opportunity for expansion, a doorway to deeper understanding and wisdom. What once seemed like personal failure or hardship is now understood as a necessary step in our journey of spiritual awakening and self-realization. The challenges that arise no longer shake our sense of self-worth or leave us feeling disillusioned. Instead, they are recognized as tools for our own development. Even inner conflicts, which once dominated our emotional landscape, are reframed. The old patterns of resistance and self-doubt dissolve, allowing us to meet these moments with compassion, curiosity, and equanimity. In this way, the flow of life becomes smoother, even in the face of adversity. We no longer feel bogged down by difficulties, but understand them as part of the ebb and flow of existence, working in tandem with our growth and our spiritual evolution. Moreover, the 5D wave teaches us to embrace the paradoxical nature of life. That growth often comes through the experience of pain, loss, or discomfort. But with a higher perspective, we come to see these as necessary initiations, rites of passage that open us to greater truths and deeper connections. In this state of higher awareness, we no longer resist life's challenges, but instead welcome them as the teachers they are, guiding us toward a higher state of being. As the 5D wave continues to unfold, it does more than just change how we see the world. It reshapes our entire relationship with existence. One of the most significant shifts is the experience of time and space. In the 5D reality, time loses its rigid, linear structure and instead becomes a fluid, expansive experience. We no longer feel as though we are racing against the clock or bound by deadlines. Time itself becomes a malleable resource, and we are able to move more freely within it. This shift also brings with it a redefinition of the self. In 3D, our identity is often tied to the ego, the stories we tell ourselves about who we are, based on past experiences, social roles, and expectations. In the 5D state, the ego begins to dissolve, and a deeper, more authentic sense of self emerges. This new sense of self is not limited by the confines of the past or the future, but is rooted in the present moment, in the eternal now. In this state of awareness, we tap into our true essence, free from the conditioning and limitations that once defined us. As the world shifts toward the 5D frequency, individuals may experience profound changes in their consciousness. One of the most striking manifestations of this transition is a significant heightening of intuition. This inner guidance becomes not only clearer, but also more consistent, often offering individuals insights, nudges, and signs that feel deeply resonant. It's as if an inner compass, once hidden or dormant, is now fully activated, providing a sense of confidence and clarity in decision-making that was previously elusive. This newfound intuition allows people to navigate life with greater ease, trusting the subtle messages from within as they guide them toward choices that feel aligned with their true essence. Accompanying this surge in intuition are synchronicities, meaningful, seemingly coincidental events that provide a sense of alignment and purpose. These synchronicities might show up as chance encounters with people who have the information or connections needed, unexpected opportunities or moments of perfect timing that feel too precise to be random. They are more than mere coincidences. They feel like the universe is subtly guiding individuals toward a higher path, a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the grand scheme of things. These events can be small, like thinking of a person and then receiving a message from them, or grander, such as a sudden life-changing encounter that shifts the course of one's life in ways that seem impossible to plan. This heightened awareness and connection to the flow of life often leads to a significant shift in perspective. For many, life begins to feel less like a series of disconnected events or rigid, predictable milestones, and more like a fluid, ever-changing river. People start to see how everything is interconnected, how the seemingly random experiences of their lives have led them to this point, and how each choice and action ripples out to create an intricate web of meaning. This shift creates a profound sense of peace and belonging, as individuals realize that they are not isolated or at the mercy of life's randomness. Instead, they are part of a greater, intelligent design, a universe that is conscious and that holds them in its embrace. At the heart of this shift lies a deep, internal awakening. This awakening is not always a dramatic, outward event, but often a subtle, stirring feeling that gradually intensifies over time. Long-buried desires, dreams, and passions that may have been suppressed for years suddenly surface, urging individuals to reconsider the path they've been walking. For some, this manifests as a longing to reconnect with their truest selves, to express creativity, or to pursue endeavors that feel more aligned with their soul's calling than with external markers of success. These inner stirrings can be powerful catalysts for change, as people begin to recognize that their true purpose lies beyond societal expectations of fame, wealth, or achievement. The longing isn't about fulfilling others' dreams for them, but about reconnecting with something deeply authentic and meaningful. This awakening brings with it a deep sense of purpose, a pull to engage in work, relationships, or projects that are not just personally fulfilling, but also contribute to the greater good. There is a subtle but undeniable realization that each person is a unique part of a much larger tapestry, and that their actions, no matter how small, matter. This understanding often leads people to seek out ways to contribute meaningfully to their communities or the world, driven by an internal sense of duty or service rather than external validation. As individuals continue to integrate this 5D consciousness, they begin to recognize that the journey is just as important as the destination. Life becomes less about striving toward an external goal and more about experiencing the richness of the present moment, embracing the unfolding of events as part of a larger, sacred journey. It is as though the veil of illusion lifts, and people begin to see the interconnectedness of all things, the subtle dance between action and reflection, between doing and being, between the material and the spiritual. One of the most profound aspects of undergoing a transformative shift, particularly in the context of ascending to higher levels of consciousness, is the intense emotional waves that can arise during this process. People may find themselves riding a roller coaster of emotions, ranging from moments of unexpected joy and exhilaration to feelings of overwhelming sadness or even deep grief. These emotional surges, while often intense, are not random. Rather, they are part of a deep, internal healing process. It is as though long-hidden or long-unprocessed emotions are being brought to the surface, much like sediment rising from the depths of still waters when stirred. These emotions may come from past experiences, whether from childhood, past relationships, or unresolved traumas, now seeking release and resolution. This release is often necessary for an individual's emotional health and evolution. This healing process can sometimes feel unsettling, as it forces one to confront deeply buried feelings and past wounds that were previously tucked away. However, this emotional turbulence is not something to fear. Rather, it represents an opportunity for growth, purification, and ultimately, the restoration of emotional balance. The very act of allowing these emotions to come to the surface, no matter how raw, painful, or disorienting, serves to clear the path for new energy, new insights, and greater emotional clarity. The intense emotional surges can be seen as a sign of inner strength, showing that the individual is ready to face their deeper self and heal the emotional scars that have been carried for far too long. This emotional purification leads to a sense of inner peace and equilibrium, facilitating a transition into a higher state of consciousness, where emotions no longer control or dominate, but instead serve as a guide toward personal truth and authenticity. Alongside these emotional shifts, many people report experiencing vivid, unusual, or symbolic dreams during periods of transformation. These dreams often feel more significant than the usual fleeting thoughts of the subconscious. They may carry messages that resonate deeply, leaving a lasting impression even after waking. Dreams, in this context, are not just a product of random neural activity, but rather portals to deeper wisdom, offering profound insights into one's subconscious mind. The vividness and symbolism in these dreams can provide access to hidden parts of the psyche, parts that are trying to communicate essential truths, healing messages, or guidance for one's waking life. The symbolic nature of these dreams may sometimes be confusing at first, requiring time and reflection to decode their meanings. However, many individuals find that as they begin to interpret these dreams through a lens of self-awareness, they reveal powerful insights into unresolved emotional conflicts, life choices, and even spiritual guidance. For some, These dreams may act as signposts on the journey toward personal growth and awakening. They may offer clarity in moments of doubt, direction during periods of uncertainty, or even healing during times of emotional upheaval. The messages from the subconscious are deeply personal, often nudging individuals to explore unaddressed aspects of their lives, to heal, and to grow into their highest potential. Those who embrace and seek to understand these dream messages may find themselves on a path of transformation that leads to greater self-awareness, empowerment, and inner peace. One of the most defining characteristics of undergoing a shift into a more awakened or higher state of consciousness, sometimes referred to as moving into a fifth-dimensional awareness, is the undeniable and often overwhelming urge for change. Individuals may feel an inner pull to make significant shifts in their lives, whether in their careers, relationships, lifestyle choices, or even their spiritual practices. The 5D wave, which represents a deeper level of spiritual and personal evolution, urges individuals to shed old, outdated patterns and embrace new opportunities for growth. This period of transformation can feel like an invitation to step away from comfort zones, to break free from limiting beliefs, and to explore new aspects of one's identity. The desire to step into new opportunities is not simply about superficial changes. It is about shedding old ways of being that no longer serve one's highest good. This wave of change is not always easy to navigate. It requires courage to embrace the unknown and to trust that these changes, though often unsettling at first, are leading one toward a life that is more authentic, purposeful, and aligned with one's deepest desires and values. People may feel an increased awareness of their interconnectedness with others and with the world at large, which can shift their perspectives on what truly matters. There is often a strong desire to create meaningful work, nurturing relationships, and environments that reflect one's newfound values. Furthermore, this transformation encourages individuals to embrace personal growth in all aspects of their lives, not just in terms of career or material success, but also in emotional intelligence, spiritual awareness, and a deeper connection to their authentic selves. The 5D wave, in this sense, fosters a heightened sense of personal responsibility and accountability, urging individuals to live with greater intention and mindfulness. As they let go of outdated beliefs and patterns, they are able to step into a more expansive and interconnected view of life, one that is guided by love, compassion, and a sense of unity with the larger universe. Personal transformation and self-discovery are powerful and profound experiences that can redefine the way we live our lives. As we undergo these shifts, it's as though a transformative wave sweeps over us, breaking down the walls we have built around our beliefs, behaviors, and old ways of thinking. This process is not instantaneous but feels more like waking up from a long, deep sleep, where we suddenly recognize ourselves for the first time, fully aware of our own existence and potential. It's as if we've been living a life on autopilot, unconsciously following routines, societal expectations, and inherited patterns without ever questioning them. But then, something shifts. A moment arrives when we see ourselves not through the lens of what we've been taught or conditioned to believe, but through the clarity of our own heart and mind. This process is transformative because it's not merely about shedding old habits. It's about reconnecting with a more authentic version of ourselves. We begin to uncover hidden layers of our identity, parts of us that we may have forgotten or suppressed for years. It's a journey into the depths of our own being, where we explore what truly matters to us, what brings us joy, and where we find a sense of purpose. There's an almost sacred feeling of awakening, a realization that we are more than what we've been told we should be, that we are capable of so much more than we ever imagined. This type of transformation can often feel liberating, as if the weight of the world has been lifted off our shoulders, and we are finally free to live in alignment with who we truly are. Alongside this personal growth, many will experience what can only be described as a spiritual awakening. This awakening is not necessarily tied to any one religious tradition or practice, but rather to a deeper, more profound sense of spirituality, one that feels tangible and real. In the past, spiritual beliefs might have been abstract or theoretical, but now they are felt deep within the soul. There's an undeniable sense of connection to something greater than oneself, whether that be nature, the universe, or the collective energy of all humanity. As individuals open up to this sense of connectedness, they begin to experience a shift in their perspective on life, one that fosters a deeper understanding of their purpose and their place in the world. People may feel a calling to contribute more meaningfully to society, to serve others, or to pursue passions that align with their soul's deepest desires. The beauty of this transformation is not only personal, but collective. As more and more individuals undergo these awakenings and shifts, their energy begins to ripple outward, influencing the world around them in ways they may not even fully understand. What begins as a personal journey can eventually lead to a global shift in consciousness. The energy of transformation does not stop at the individual level. It creates a wave that spreads, affecting communities, nations, and the world at large. People will start to see their shared humanity, recognizing that despite the external differences that may divide us, whether in race, religion, nationality, or ideology, we are all part of the same human family. This realization has the potential to bridge the gaps between us, breaking down barriers of division and conflict. The ripple effect of this transformation is likely to bring about a global awakening toward unity, compassion, and understanding, as we begin to see ourselves and others through the lens of empathy and shared experience. We may feel a collective desire for social change, for equality, and for the upliftment of those who have been marginalized or oppressed. This global unity, while still a work in progress, has the potential to foster a future where compassion is the driving force behind decision-making, where collective well-being is prioritized over individual gain, and where social justice is not just an ideal but a reality. In this time of transformation, it is essential for each of us to embrace the journey of self-discovery and spiritual awakening, to honor the process of breaking down the old and welcoming the new. This is not a one-time event, but a continuous unfolding that invites us to evolve, adapt, and grow with the changing tides of the world. It's an invitation to shed our old skins, to unearth the layers of our true selves, and to step into a higher state of consciousness. Through this process, not only do we change as individuals, but we contribute to the greater transformation of the world around us. The 5D wave is more than just a cosmic shift. It represents an expansive transformation that calls us to rethink our relationship with ourselves, each other, and the planet. As humanity stands on the precipice of a new era, this wave offers an opportunity to step into a higher state of consciousness, one that transcends the limitations of the past and ushers in a more connected, compassionate, and harmonious world. At its core, the 5D wave is a reminder of our deep, innate connection to the Earth. For too long, humans have treated the planet as a resource to be exploited rather than a living, breathing entity deserving of respect and care. The Earth is not merely a backdrop for human existence. It is a sentient being that sustains us with its ecosystems, provides us with the air we breathe, and nurtures the life around us. As we become more attuned to this truth, we begin to feel a greater sense of responsibility to honor the planet in all its forms. This environmental connection is not just a passing trend. It is a fundamental shift in how we perceive our place in the world. We are not separate from nature. We are an integral part of it, and our actions have a profound impact on the delicate balance of life that sustains us all. This shift in perspective encourages a new form of stewardship, one rooted in reverence and care. It is no longer enough to simply manage resources for short-term gain. We must move toward a deeper, more sustainable way of living, one that takes into account the long-term health of the earth and all its inhabitants. This means rethinking the way we produce, consume, and dispose of goods, as well as reimagining our relationship with energy, agriculture, and urban development. It requires us to prioritize the well-being of the planet and its ecosystems over short-term profit, and to find innovative solutions that align with the natural cycles of life, rather than disrupt them. At the same time, the 5D wave serves as a global awakening, an invitation to awaken from the slumber of old paradigms and step into a more enlightened future. In this new era, we are called to remember our interconnectedness, not just with the earth, but with each other. The illusion of separateness that has plagued humanity for centuries is beginning to dissolve, and we are coming to understand that our actions affect not only our immediate surroundings, but the entire web of life. This interconnectedness means that the well-being of one is intimately tied to the well-being of all, and the health of the planet is inextricably linked to the health of humanity. In this new way of being, we recognize that the prosperity of one group cannot come at the expense of another, and that true progress is only achieved when it is shared and inclusive. This awakening calls us to rise, not just in terms of personal growth, but as a collective. It is a call to move beyond the ego-driven individualism that has dominated our culture and embrace a more unified, collaborative approach to life. In this shift, we are reminded that the future we desire is not something that will be handed to us. It is something we must create together. It requires us to embrace a mindset of cooperation rather than competition, of generosity rather than greed, and of love rather than fear. As we align ourselves with this higher frequency, we become part of a greater global movement that seeks to heal the divisions that have kept us apart and foster a more inclusive, compassionate world. The wave of transformation is unstoppable. It is a force of nature that will continue to unfold regardless of our resistance. Just as the ocean waves relentlessly shape the coastline, the 5D wave will reshape the very fabric of society. Resisting this change is like fighting against the tide. It only makes the journey harder. Change, however, is not something to fear, but something to embrace. The wave may feel overwhelming at times, but it is through surrendering to its flow that we find our true power. Just as a river carves its path through the landscape, we too can navigate this wave with grace if we allow ourselves to be guided by its current. Embracing change means shedding the old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. These old ways of thinking and being are like dead leaves on a tree, once necessary for growth, but now limiting us from reaching our full potential. As we shed these outdated patterns, we make room for new growth, new possibilities, and new perspectives. Just as a tree in winter may appear bare and lifeless, it is in this period of shedding that the foundation for new life is being laid. The wave invites us to trust in this process of transformation, knowing that as we release the old, we make space for the new to emerge. This process of change also involves a deep healing of the collective psyche. For centuries, humanity has been burdened by the weight of trauma, division, and disconnection. These wounds, both individual and collective, have shaped our behaviors, our relationships, and our institutions. The 5D wave offers an opportunity to heal these wounds, to release the old stories that no longer serve us, and to create new narratives rooted in love, compassion, and unity. This healing is not an overnight process. It is a journey that requires patience, understanding, and compassion. But as we embark on this journey, we begin to experience the profound shift that comes with embracing the truth of who we are and our interconnectedness with all that is. In this new paradigm, the idea of progress takes on a new meaning. True progress is no longer measured by material wealth or technological advancement alone, but by the well-being of all people and the health of the planet. It is a shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, where the needs of all are met and the flourishing of life is the ultimate goal. As we move forward into this new era, we are called to remember that the greatest achievements of humanity are not those that serve the few, but those that serve the many, and that the true measure of success is the extent to which we contribute to the greater good. In the journey toward personal growth and spiritual evolution, one of the most powerful tools we can harness is the ability to align ourselves with higher frequencies. This process involves an ongoing commitment to shedding negativity, tuning into our intuition, and releasing old patterns that no longer serve us. These steps, though often challenging, are essential for cultivating a life that resonates with peace, clarity, and purpose. Negativity is a formidable force that can drain us, cloud our perceptions, and keep us trapped in cycles of stagnation. It's easy to fall into the trap of negative thinking, especially when faced with challenges or external pressures. But negativity, whether it comes in the form of pessimistic thoughts, toxic relationships, or environments that drain our energy, has a profound impact on our vibrational frequency. Just as weeds can invade a garden, choking the life out of the flowers, negativity can overwhelm our mental and emotional state, preventing us from reaching our true potential. To maintain a high frequency, we must be vigilant about the energy we allow into our lives. This involves being mindful of the thoughts we entertain, the people we spend time with, and the environments we immerse ourselves in. We can consciously choose to shift our mindset by focusing on gratitude, positive affirmations, and self-compassion. Moreover, surrounding ourselves with individuals who uplift and inspire us, and avoiding those who bring us down, is a crucial part of this process. Our environment plays a key role in shaping our energy. By nurturing a space of peace, love, and positivity, we naturally elevate our own vibrational frequency. One of the most transformative practices we can adopt on our journey is learning to trust and listen to our intuition. Intuition is often described as the inner voice or inner guidance system that helps us navigate the complexities of life. It's that gut feeling, the whisper of wisdom that comes from within, urging us toward choices that align with our highest good. Ignoring intuition can be likened to traveling without a map. It leaves us vulnerable to getting lost, feeling confused, or heading down paths that ultimately don't serve us. As we shift into higher states of awareness, we begin to realize that our intuition is not just a random feeling, but rather a vital divine tool guiding us through life's challenges. When we learn to listen to this inner voice, we tap into a deeper connection with the universe and align ourselves with the flow of the 5D wave, the frequency of spiritual evolution. This guidance often comes quietly and subtly, so it's important to create moments of stillness to hear it clearly. Meditation, journaling, and time spent in nature are all powerful ways to quiet the noise and tune into the wisdom within. The more we trust our intuition, the more we begin to notice how it leads us toward growth, peace, and the right people, opportunities, and experiences that help us evolve. Letting go of past patterns, whether they are habits, beliefs, or emotional wounds, is one of the most difficult but necessary steps on the path to transformation. It's easy to hold on to the familiar, even when it no longer serves our highest good. We may have adopted certain beliefs or behaviors as a way of coping with past experiences, but as we grow, those old patterns may no longer align with our true potential. Think of the process of letting go as similar to a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. The butterfly must release the safety and security of its former state in order to spread its wings and fly. In the same way, we must release what no longer serves us in order to embrace the higher version of ourselves. This could involve letting go of limiting beliefs that tell us we're not worthy of success or love, or releasing past experiences that continue to define us. Often it's the emotional baggage we carry from the past that weighs us down the most. We may need to forgive ourselves or others, heal from past trauma, or simply acknowledge that the past is no longer relevant to our present or future. When we let go of these old patterns, we create space for new growth, for healing, and for embracing the unknown. It's a process of surrendering control and trusting that life will unfold in the best possible way. The act of releasing is liberating. It allows us to step into the flow of life with an open heart and mind, ready to receive all that is meant for us. An often overlooked aspect of spiritual growth is the power of presence. In the pursuit of transformation, we can sometimes become too focused on the future or preoccupied with the past. But true growth happens in the present moment. Being fully present allows us to experience life as it unfolds, without judgment or distraction. It's in the present moment that we are able to make choices that align with our highest good and create the future we desire. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to our surroundings, helps us stay grounded in the now. It helps us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to make conscious decisions rather than reacting from old, unconscious patterns. When we live in the present moment, we open ourselves to greater clarity, insight, and connection with our true essence. The path to spiritual evolution is rarely linear or predictable. As we evolve, we encounter periods of uncertainty and change, and it can be difficult to navigate these times without fear or resistance. However, growth often requires us to step into the unknown, to embrace the discomfort of change, and to trust that the universe has a plan for us. Just as a seed must break through the soil to reach the light, we too must be willing to break free from our comfort zones and take risks. The unknown holds limitless potential for growth and transformation, but it requires us to release the need for control and trust in the unfolding process of life. When we embrace uncertainty with an open heart, we allow ourselves to be guided toward new opportunities, new people, and new experiences that will help us evolve. At the foundation of all of this transformation is self-love and compassion. Without these, the journey can feel overwhelming and discouraging. We must learn to love ourselves deeply, acknowledging our imperfections as part of our divine humanity. This means being gentle with ourselves when we fall short, forgiving ourselves for past mistakes, and allowing ourselves the grace to evolve at our own pace. Self-love means honoring our needs, setting boundaries, and giving ourselves permission to rest and recharge. It involves recognizing that we are worthy of all the love, success, and happiness the universe has to offer, regardless of our past or any perceived shortcomings. When we cultivate deep self-love, we naturally attract more love, joy, and abundance into our lives. Ultimately, the path to spiritual evolution is an ongoing journey. There is no destination where we suddenly arrive and are free from all challenges. Rather, it's a continual process of growth, learning, and embracing new levels of consciousness. As we navigate this journey, we will encounter moments of doubt, fear, and resistance. However, by staying committed to avoiding negativity, trusting our intuition, and letting go of past patterns, we can continue to ascend to higher frequencies and live a life that is aligned with our truest essence. The process of transformation is both beautiful and empowering. It requires us to step into the unknown, trust in ourselves, and surrender to the flow of life. By shedding old patterns, embracing the power of presence, and cultivating self-love, we unlock the potential to live a life that is not only fulfilling, but aligned with our highest purpose. Transformation is one of the most profound experiences we undergo as human beings. It is a journey that unfolds at its own pace, shaped by both internal and external forces. Often, the temptation to rush or force change can overshadow the natural unfolding of growth. However, true transformation cannot be hurried. It is like the slow and deliberate unfolding of a flower or the steady growth of a tree from a tiny seed. These processes are not immediate, nor are they without struggle, but they are necessary to achieve their full potential. In the same way, our own journey of growth and self-discovery requires patience. Patience allows us to experience the richness of each stage and recognize that transformation is a dynamic, ongoing process. When we trust in the rhythm of our own growth and avoid rushing, we give ourselves the space to evolve, to shed what no longer serves us, and to bloom in our own time. Often we find ourselves resisting change, fearing the unknown, or clinging to the past. These feelings can act as anchors, holding us back just when we are ready to move forward. Resistance to change can manifest as negative thought patterns, doubts, or the desire to return to old habits that no longer serve our highest good. The past, too, can act as a powerful force that keeps us tethered to memories, regrets, or unhealed wounds. It's essential to recognize that holding on to these anchors prevents us from fully stepping into the new possibilities that await us. By letting go of resistance, whether it's through forgiveness, self-compassion, or simply releasing old narratives, we allow ourselves to break free. When we cease to fight against the flow of life, we can embrace the energy of transformation with grace and ease, aligning with the higher version of ourselves. In times of transformation, maintaining balance is essential. Change can stir up intense emotions and create a sense of instability, so it is important to ground yourself in order to stay centered. One way to do this is by reconnecting with nature. The earth offers a steady, unwavering energy that can help anchor our own energy when life feels tumultuous. Imagine roots growing from your feet, deep into the ground, linking you with the solid, nurturing energy of the earth beneath you. This visualization can help create a sense of security and stability, even as the winds of change blow around you. Grounding can also be as simple as taking a walk outside, breathing deeply, or spending time near water, soil, or trees. These practices help to recalibrate your energy and bring you back into alignment with the natural flow of life. Another powerful tool for grounding during transformation is meditation. Meditation allows us to quiet the noise of the world and tune into our own inner wisdom. When we meditate, we create a still space within ourselves that enables us to feel more connected to both our intuition and the energy of the universe. Through this practice, we become more attuned to the subtle shifts and rhythms of our journey. Meditation helps us listen to the whispers of our heart, guiding us with clarity and purpose as we navigate the inevitable transitions that come with change. The act of simply sitting in stillness allows us to honor the ebbs and flows of life, recognizing that each moment is a part of a larger, ever-expanding process. When we meditate with intention, we build a sense of presence that carries us through times of uncertainty and discomfort. This grounded energy can act as a stabilizing force, allowing us to stay steady and focused, even in the face of life's challenges. Instead of reacting with fear or anxiety, we begin to respond with awareness and wisdom. We no longer feel as though we are being swept away by the tides of change, but rather we are able to swim with them, moving forward with confidence and trust. True transformation is not about striving for a destination, but about surrendering to the journey itself. It is about allowing ourselves the grace to grow at our own pace, free from the pressures of external expectations. It is about releasing the past, embracing the unknown, and grounding ourselves in the present moment. As we walk through this process, we learn to trust that every step, every challenge, and every moment of doubt is leading us to a higher state of being. When we step into transformation with patience, openness, and a willingness to let go, we create space for the fullness of our potential to unfold. This is not just a superficial change, but a deep, lasting shift that integrates every part of who we are. With grounded energy, clarity, and a heart full of trust, we can navigate the inevitable twists and turns of our path and emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the truest version of ourselves. Intentions are more than just wishes or desires. They are the sacred seeds that define the course of your life. By setting clear intentions, you act as the architect of your reality, consciously aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with your highest aspirations. These intentions are not just mental constructs, but vibrational signals sent out into the universe, directing the flow of energy toward your desired outcome. When you set intentions, you're not simply hoping for change. You are actively participating in the manifestation of it. When we consciously align ourselves with the higher frequencies of the fifth dimensional wave, we become powerful co-creators of our reality. The 5D wave isn't just a passing trend or fleeting moment. It represents an ongoing shift in consciousness that invites us to step into our fullest potential. By grounding yourself in daily practices of intention setting and visualization, you begin to fine-tune your energy and attune yourself to a higher state of awareness. This means you're no longer drifting aimlessly through life, but actively steering your journey toward a purpose-filled existence. Whether through meditation, affirmation, or reflective journaling, the practice of setting clear intentions allows you to coalesce your energy with the greater universal flow. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices that you can incorporate into your daily life. It's not just a superficial thank you for the things you have. It's a profound acknowledgement of the abundance that already exists within you and around you. In a world that often focuses on what's lacking, gratitude is the antidote that shifts our perception to the abundance that is always present, even in the smallest moments. When you practice gratitude, you increase your vibration, raising your frequency and aligning your energy with that of the 5D wave. The more grateful you are, the more you open yourself to receiving greater blessings, because you are vibrating at a frequency that is in harmony with abundance, love, and joy. Gratitude also serves as a constant reminder that everything you need is already available to you in some form, even if it hasn't fully manifested in the physical realm yet. By continually acknowledging and appreciating what is, you build a powerful magnetic force that attracts even more to be thankful for. Whether you express gratitude for the beauty of nature, the love in your life, or the lessons learned through challenges, each moment of thankfulness connects you deeper with the higher frequencies of the universe. We are not solitary beings navigating through life alone. The journey toward 5D consciousness is deeply intertwined with the collective experience. As we elevate our individual frequencies, we must also seek out like-minded souls who can support and uplift us on our path. The energy of community, of shared intention and mutual growth, amplifies our own personal transformation. When you connect with others who share your values, who are also walking the path of self-discovery and expansion, you create a space where mutual learning and growth can flourish. These connections act as mirrors, reflecting back to you the aspects of yourself that need healing or expansion, while also offering new perspectives and insights. Just as a single note is part of a greater symphony, so too are we each an integral part of the collective spiritual awakening. Through the exchange of energy within communities, we raise the vibration of the group as a whole. This process strengthens our individual grounding and helps us stay aligned with the higher frequencies of the 5D wave. The right people can provide not only emotional support, but can also inspire us to stretch beyond our limits, helping us become more authentic versions of ourselves. The energy of the 5D wave can feel intense, like a tidal wave of transformation sweeping over our lives. However, if we have the right tools and mindset, this wave can carry us to new heights, gently but powerfully guiding us toward a state of higher consciousness. Building a strong foundation requires consistent practice and dedication, as well as a commitment to personal growth. This foundation is not just an intellectual understanding of the changes occurring, but an embodied experience that supports us through the waves of transformation. Grounding practices, such as walking barefoot in nature, breathing exercises, or working with crystals, help anchor us in the present moment. Meditation allows us to clear mental clutter and attune to our inner wisdom, while daily gratitude and intention-setting practices give us clarity and focus. The more you make these practices a regular part of your life, the more resilient you become to the challenges and shifts that come your way. The more rooted you are in your own sense of purpose, the less you'll be tossed about by external circumstances. The path of transformation is rarely linear. There will be moments of doubt, uncertainty, and perhaps even discomfort as we move through this shift. However, the key to navigating these changes lies in embracing them with grace and balance. Just as a surfer rides the waves with an intuitive understanding of timing and rhythm, so too can you learn to flow with the energy of the 5D wave. This process is about learning to be with the discomfort, understanding that growth often comes through stretching beyond our comfort zones. When we trust in the process and have the tools to stay grounded, we can move through this transformation with an open heart, without being overwhelmed by fear or resistance. Instead of fighting against the current, we learn to ride it, adjusting our approach when necessary and trusting that we are being guided toward a more harmonious state of being. The 5D wave represents more than just an individual shift. It is a cosmic event that signals the beginning of a new era. This new reality is rooted in love, unity, and wisdom, where we begin to see beyond the limitations of the material world and embrace the boundless potential of the universe. In this new paradigm, separation dissolves, and we recognize our inherent interconnectedness with all beings, all energies, and all of existence. This transformation is a call to expand beyond what we thought was possible, to step into a new reality that resonates with our highest self. The 5D wave offers us the opportunity to transcend fear, limitation, and scarcity, and embrace a life of abundance, unity, and infinite possibility. It is a cosmic awakening, not only for humanity, but for the entire planet, as we shift toward higher states of consciousness that are more attuned to the vibrational frequencies of the Earth and the universe. The journey into the 5D reality requires us to step into the unknown with courage and trust. As we release old patterns, beliefs, and ways of being, we make space for the new to enter. This process can feel uncomfortable at times, as we let go of familiar identities, relationships, and even the stories we've told ourselves about who we are. However, embracing the unknown is where the magic happens. By surrendering to the unfolding of the journey, we align ourselves with the natural flow of the universe, trusting that the changes we experience are leading us to something greater. Walking forward with courage and hope opens the door to a reality that is more expansive, loving, and aligned with the highest vision of who we can be. The 5D wave is not something to fear, but something to embrace, as it offers the promise of a world that is richer, more vibrant, and more connected than ever before. In this new reality, the possibilities are endless, and you are free to become the highest version of yourself, fully aligned with the infinite wisdom and boundless love that the universe has to offer. By staying grounded, practicing gratitude, and setting clear intentions, you prepare yourself to navigate this transformational journey with grace, courage, and an open heart.